welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are doing well. So let us begin with the chapter number 15 of grammar, and the name of the chapter is the future perfect tense. So in this chapter हम लोग बात करेंगे about the future perfect tense. So सबसे पहले ये जानते हैं कि ये future perfect tense आखिर क्या होता है. Like it expresses an action which will be completed or finished by a certain time in future. तो ये एक ऐसे एक्शन को एक्सप्रेस करता है जो कंप्लीट किया जाएगा या फिर फिनिश किया जाएगा एक सर्टेन टाइम पर फ्यूचर में, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, I will have deposited a huge amount in my account in 10 years, right? Now, the next thing, we have the use of future perfect tense. कि हम future perfect tense को कैसे use कर सकते हैं. So let's see. It is used to. तो ये use किया जाता है state an action to indicate that a certain action will have been completed before another action takes place, right? तो ये यूज़ किया जाता है एक ऐसे एक्शन को स्टेट करने के लिए जो इंडिकेट करे एक ऐसा सर्टेन एक्शन, राइट, जो कि कंप्लीट हो चुका है और उससे पहले ही दूसरा एक्शन जो है वो शुरू हो गया था, राइट? एग्जाम्पल, my brother will have taken bath before he takes his breakfast, right? Next, she will have cooked dinner before it gets dark. Indicate the completion of an action by a specific time in future. तो ये ऐसे एक्शन को कंप्लीट होता हुआ दिखाता है एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम पर और फ्यूचर में, राइट? सो एग्जाम्पल, यू विल हैव कंप्लीटेड योर प्रोजेक्ट बाय नेक्स्ट वीक. Before you come to my house, I will have completed the project myself. The next topic that we have over here is the affirmative sentences sentence structure. So, यहाँ पर हमें अब sentence structures दिए हुए हैं जो कि है affirmative sentences के future perfect tense में, right? So, let's read them. So, here they say, first of all, the subject with the helping verb plus have plus verb form plus the other words, right? So let's read them. I shall have read this book. We shall have read this book. You will have read this book. He will have read this book. She will have read this book. They will have read this book, right? Now, let's move ahead. So, here we have the sentence structure of the negative sentences. So, let's read it. So, first of all, we have the subject plus won't or shan't. So, won't and shan't are the contracted forms of will not and shall not, as we know, right? Plus have plus verb form plus the other words, right? So, let's say, I shan't have read this book. We shan't have read this book. You won't have read this book. He won't have read this book. She won't have read this book. They won't have read this book. Correct? Now, let's move ahead. So, the next topic that we have is the sentence structure of interrogative sentences, that is, the yes or no type questions, right? So, let's begin with them now. So, they begin with the helping verb, that is, will or shall, plus the subject, plus have, plus verb form, plus other words, right? So, let's say, shall I have read this book? Shall we have read this book? Will you have read this book? Will he have read this book? Will she have read this book? Will they have read this book? Right? Now, moving ahead, we have the sentence structure of interrogative sentences, that is, the WH type questions. So, let's read them very quickly. So, here we have the WH word plus will or shall plus the subject plus I plus verb form plus the other words, right? So, it is, what shall I have done by that time? When shall we have done our work? Where will he have gone before you reach here? Right? Moving ahead, we have the interrogative negative sentences, a sentence structure. So let's say, so this won't or shan't plus subject plus have plus verb form plus the other words, right? So this shan't I have read this book? Shan't we have read this book? Won't you have read this book? Won't he have read this book? Won't she have read this book? Won't they have read this book? Right? So that was all about the chapter. I hope you all found it interesting and you all got the point really well. So that was all from my side. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.